In this video, I'm going to demonstrate plucking technique, or pizzicato, along with the song Eek Eek, which is a great first introduction to pizzicato and plucking, and a great way to learn the names of the strings. When you pluck, we want to have our pointer finger, the meat of the end of the finger, touching the string at about the halfway point. If we try to pluck up here, it's really hard to get a good sound. So we want to take our bow hand and rest our thumb at an anchor point. Some people like this point here, and some people like to do it underneath. But as long as there's a resting point somewhere up here, and your finger goes right onto the string at about the halfway point between the beginning of the fingerboard and where it leaves the body here. So take this distance, cut it in half, and that's about where you want your finger. Don't pluck too hard or you'll pull the strings out of tune, and not too gently or you can't hear it. So right in between there, you should be able to find a good plucking sound. If you pluck 3 times on each string, and you can sing this song with it. Eek, 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 look at all the ants, 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 digging in the dirt, 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 deep into the ground, ground, ground. Eek, eek for the E string, ants, ants for the A string, dirt for the D string, and ground G string. That helps if you are just learning the names of the strings to distinguish them from each other. When you're plucking, it's also good to keep in mind that the strings and the scroll are pointing straight out, parallel to the ground. And then you can also work on this with your bow in your hand. If you've already learned Eek Eek and you want to practice now with the bow, you can have your finger hovering in the air and find that halfway point between the strings. You can also tuck your bow back into your hand and find that anchor point with your thumb, and that gives you a little more solid way to find the plucking. This shows, for example, in the last piece in Book 1, that's really good practice for switching back and forth between arco, or using the bow, and pizzicato and plucking.